Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video. I hope you're all doing fine. I'm doing okay, but it's hot, sweaty summer still. It's the middle of August. I'm not really enjoying the hot summer weather, especially this summer. It's particularly hot. So yeah, but I do get a chance to see a bit of summer culture in Japan. Summer is popular for festivals all over Japan, and today's video I'm going to go and see the Aomori Nebuta Festival, which is one of the biggest festivals in the Tohoku region, which is the north part of Honshu. I'm actually going to be staying, well, in this video I'll be staying in Hakodate, which is in the southernmost part of Hokkaido, and going to see the Aomori festival from there. So I'm taking a train across the sea, or under the sea even. So definitely check that out. You might have seen last week that I already uploaded a video about the parade. So if you have a bit of time on your hands, you want to see, or just have a bit of a fast forward through, definitely check that out. Do it while you're balancing your checkbook or something, and then you can watch it at your leisure. But today, I'm going to visit Aomori to see the festival. I'm going to see a few other sightseeing things there, as well as seeing a beautiful night view of Hakodate and some of the sightseeing places there. So please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment. What place did you think was the most impressive? Because actually visiting Aomori, this is the first time for me. This actually triggers another video for me. That was my final prefecture to visit. I've actually been to them all now, so I'm going to make a video about that, summarizing my various trips in Japan. I'm just trying to work out how to present it and keep it short. I'm just realizing I'm talking forever, so we've got quite a long video today, but it's jam-packed of stuff, so definitely watch till the end, and please enjoy. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, today's journey starts not on a train but on a monorail on my way to Itami airport in the back there, because I've got a plane to catch on ANA, All Nippon Airways, to Hakodate. Usually I take Peach, so this is the first time to see inside ANA, I think, on the channel. So there we go, goodbye Itami airport. Itami airport is in the north of Osaka, in contrast to Kansai airport in the south, and mostly handles domestic traffic. I think this is only the second time I've ever used Itami, so I was flying to Tohoku that time as well. So there we go, up and away. This is kind of in Hyogo prefecture, I think, but we get a nice view of Osaka city as you fly over. That's definitely worth getting a window seat, because the flight's not very long, about 1 hour long. So here we go. And yeah, I did get a nice view of Osaka. Now just coming into the middle there, behind that cloud, is Osaka Castle, so you can see Yodo River and so on. And actually one of my old trips from this year, Niigata, you can see that just about in the middle, where we travelled up the north coast, passing through all these fluffy clouds. It was a nice gentle flight, thank goodness, before we finally touched down in Hokkaido. So that's Hokkaido just coming into view there, Hakodate being on the kind of southernmost tip of it, and arriving at Hakodate airport. Nice smooth ride as well, and I was a bit worried about the clouds, but actually it turned out to be a really nice day. Hot as well, which is not too good. There we go, 20 minutes bus ride to Hakodate station, and decided I need some lunch, so I went to one of these cult favourite restaurants in Hakodate, which is called Lucky Piero. There's so many branches of this all around the city, and yeah, got a bit of a cult following. It's kind of a 50s diner-ish kind of aesthetic inside, and it's got such a following that you can get all sorts of goods there too, snacks, t-shirts. They've even got their own brand of energy drink, I think, and coffee, something like that. So I gave it a try. Got the nice Lucky Piero French fries. And well, the burgers don't photograph very well when they're all mushed up, but that's a Chinese chicken one. It's a bit impractical to eat, but very delicious. Okay, after lunch I decided to check into my hotel. So this is the Grand Palette Hotel, a little bit outside the main downtown area, just about 10 minutes walk from the station. I'll give you a room tour as well. I love these big North Japan huge rooms. So I've got a nice twin room here. I was just staying by myself, but there's a lot of space for me. Huge desk area too. It's a nice little table and chair by the window. Plenty of space for your suitcases, all that sort of stuff. I was travelling quite light this time though. I didn't really need all this space. Nice hanging space too. All my clothes were completely drenched with sweat after the first couple of days because it was so hot. So I definitely needed that space for drying. And yeah, nice bathroom too. Not particularly super modern, but it was nice and clean, lovely. And a nice view too of Hakodateyama, which is in the background, with some ominous clouds over the top. That was actually the next target of my my trip. I want to go to the top of the mountain, but it was looking a bit cloudy at the top. But never mind. Despite the warnings, I decided to take the cable car. That's the cable car station, which for some reason has its own radio station. Radio Dolphin, I think. And it's celebrating anniversary. Actually, I guess that should be the 65th anniversary now for this year. Congratulations. And finally made it to the cable car, which runs every 5 minutes, I think. Doesn't take very long. And some nice views of Hakodate as the sun was setting. But as you got to the top, not such a picturesque view. The clouds kind of encroached on our view quite a lot. I was beginning to wonder if I'd wasted my money, but luckily the clouds cleared. You can see the nice bit of Hakodate Peninsula. Now I decided to do a time lapse from this point because I was feeling clever, but it went a bit wobbly, so I'm using another filter to try and stabilize it. There we go. It works quite nicely. It's a little bit hallucinogenic. There we go, wobbly. But Hakodate is famous for having one of the 3 best night views in Japan, alongside Nagasaki and Kobe's Rokko Mountain. So a lovely view from there. Hakodateyama is a bit of a strange position. It's kind of plonked in the middle of the sea, and then there's this narrow band of land joining to the mainland. So you've got this kind of unique, curvy landscape, very beautiful. Definitely worth a wait. Also spectacular was the queue for the cable car back. This took about 40 minutes, I think, to finally get back down. So yeah, hold on to your hats. It's going to be a bit of a long wait. Finally, I made it onto the cable car, happily, as the mountain was engulfed in clouds again. You can see it getting a bit hazy there. But as we came out of the clouds again, you can get a nice reveal of the beautiful night view of Hakodate before we get down to the bottom. Yeah, really beautiful. I think it cost about 1,800 yen for a round trip on the cable car. There is a bus available too, but again, be careful about how many people are going to be on it. So the next day, I was on my way to the station. I thought I'd have a quick nose at the tram on the way there. But I had got an appointment to go to back to Honshu, back to the mainland. This is from Hakodate Station. I was on my way to Aomori. So this is my train. I was going to get a connection to catch the Hokkaido Shinkansen, which has been operating for less than 10 years, I think. So this is Shin Hakodate Hokuto Station. What a view as well. I mean, it's much better than the view from Shin Osaka Station. There we go. So this is the Hokkaido Shinkansen. Beautiful colours. Like I said, it's quite new. I think it's about 8 years old now. So quite a new route that's linking basically all the way to the south part of Kyushu. So I thought I'd take you on a trip around. It does look kind of pretty much like the ones that go to Tokyo, the Sanyo line. Not especially big. I think you just get the same number of rows, I think. I must say the chairs weren't particularly comfortable, but it was only for an hour, so it wasn't too bad. You've got power points, you've got drinks holders, kind of like a roomy short haul flight. And plenty of information too to help you navigate the train. Lots of nice facilities on the Shinkansen too, much better than your normal intercity trains. You've got a little men's urinal there. Do you say urinal or urinal? I'm not sure. I say urinal, whatever. And, oh, hello. Yeah, oh, what a nerd. So it's a nice washing area too. Very clean, very nice, well maintained. So, yeah. There we go, check out the Shinkansen if you have a chance, definitely. And even bins, wow, amazing. It's quite hard to find bins, actually, around Japan, so train stations are always a good place. Now, this Shinkansen runs all the way to Tokyo, which I think takes about 2 or 3 hours. So first goes to Aomori, then goes to Akita and all the other Tohoku prefectures, finally ending up in Tokyo Terminal Station. So yeah, this is a new route. You can't actually take one train all the way to Kyushu. You have to change in Tokyo. There's kind of 2 broken branches, I guess. And there we go, hurtling through the countryside to Aomori. Green grass. Aomori means blue forest. Well, green forest, I suppose. Depends how you translate it. And there we go, Shin Aomori Station. And a bit of branding here. We know what we're expecting from Aomori. This is a bit of a hint of things to come. And some models as well, some of these paper lanterns. You're going to see a lot more of these in a moment, so just hold your breath. So reaching Shin Aomori Station, decided to do a bit of sightseeing along with all these other people. So an immense queue for the bus, which was tiny. Somehow 2 of these buses came at the same time to take us to this sightseeing places. This is the Sannai Maruyama Jomon prehistoric site. This is the UNESCO World Heritage Site of prehistoric settlement in northern Japan. So you can actually see a recreation of a prehistoric village. This goes back thousands of years. You can see these straw huts that you can actually go inside. They are recreations, so it's no worries. It was very hot though. It's over 30 degrees. I always expected Tohoku to be a bit cooler, but we're having a very hot summer. You can see all these houses on stands. You can have a look inside if you're a big fan of bundles of grasses. I'm not sure what that is. Big meeting room for every modern Stone Age family. And this huge structure as well, which was a large building, it's reconstruction. Even got skyscrapers then. The rent was astronomical, I'm sure. And these holes, I can't remember what they were for, but there was an air conditioner right there, so I stayed there for a little while. And you can see original sites too, which have been preserved, including this big mound of broken pottery. It sounds nice, doesn't it? And there we go, nice panorama view of the site. So it's a mixture of reconstructions and some real sites covered in these sort of metal thunder domes. And also there's a nice museum. It's quite a new museum as well. And what do you want me to do? Go that way? Okay. So we can see some of the treasures of the Jomon era, and also some lifestyle, making their pottery as well. You can see how they used to live in those days. You can meet the Flintstones there. So a nice museum as well. And just down the road, about 5 minutes away, is the Aomori Museum of Art, which I decided to do because it was inside. And you can't actually take film inside, so this is just the lobby. But you can see this giant dog for some reason. Yeah, definitely good for Instagram. Back to Aomori City now. I decided to go to the Warase Museum, which is a museum focused on the Nebuta Festival, which is the main reason I came to Aomori. So you can see a little scale model there, what it looks like. Lots of information there, mostly in Japanese though, so I skipped some of this. And you can even design your own paper mask thing using the wonders of 3D mapping. And you can see some of the old floats from the festival. So these huge floats, they're made from paper on these kind of wireframe models and lit up inside. Now with LEDs, not with fire, because they're going to catch fire. And they can be a lot more elaborate now than they used to be, because they can use the LEDs without worrying it's going to burst into flames. They're showing all sorts of things, kind of mythological scenes, battle scenes between samurai and demons, all sorts of things. Very interesting, very 3D, very spectacular as well when you get up close to them. Difficult to film because of the weird contrast, never mind. So after that I thought I'd walk around the waterfront a little bit of Aomori. They love having those big signs, don't they? And this is the Aomori Bay towards the Suguru Kaikyo, which is the famous place for the Enka song. If you know any Enka songs, you probably know that one. And this is the Nebuta Matsuri, Nebuta Festival. This is one of the biggest festivals in Tohoku, one of the 3 biggest, alongside the Akita Kanto Matsuri and Sendai's Tanabata Festival. So they bring these huge floats around. It's kind of a big contest, really. They want to get a contest to find the best float, and they get awarded prizes. And there's lots of advertising, sponsorships as well, so you can see all sorts of things. But these are carried by people. I guess they can't be that heavy if they're kind of paper wireframe things. But a lot better than my IKEA paper lantern. Definitely check that out. Only happens in the first week of August, so blink and you'll miss it. Definitely book your head if you want to go and see it. Think like almost a year ahead, that'll be enough. And back on the Shinkansen, back home. Now, next day I decided to walk around Hakodate City. So this is the historic port where they have these red brick warehouses. Hakodate was one of the few places open to foreigners in the Edo period. So I think alongside Nagasaki and Yokohama. So that's why there's a bit of Western influence here. Inside the warehouses, there's now kind of just gift shops, really. A bit touristy, to be honest. You can get some high-end craftware if you want to. Got a giant paper mache squid for some reason. Not sure what that's got to do with anything. And also some souvenirs that you can only get in Hokkaido. For example, the Black Thunder in white chocolate form, and favourite jagapokuru, kind of potato sticks. Potatoes are very popular in Hokkaido. They have the space for them. And corn as well. You can get some corn chocolate. I'm not sure if that sounds particularly nice, but there we go. And just, yeah, have a little wander around the warehouses. Very nice. You can take a little boat trip out to the bay. Otherwise, you can go shopping. Of course, this is a port, so we can get a lot of seafood, all pre-packed, so you don't have to worry about your suitcase stinking of fresh squid or anything like that. So definitely fill up your bags. You can even buy some lamb, which is quite hard to come by in Japan. It's not very popular meat, so that's good for me. And even get some fresh shellfish, it's difficult to say, and eat that in the food court. Or just wander around, enjoy some of the other shops. Nice Starbucks there, rickshaws as well. Bit touristy. And oh no, another one of those Lucky Piero restaurants. Actually, to be honest, I was weak. I really wanted to try some more stuff on the menu there, so I went back. A little bit of scary clown restaurant. So this is Lucky Piero Part 2. This is a much bigger one as well. I still had to wait for about 15 minutes to get a seat, but still very nice. I decided to try the Lucky Piero fries again. It's like someone dumping a lasagna on your chips, if that's nice. It's all out of focus. I'm not going to go pro anytime soon. I decided to take a walk after that. Another Lucky Piero on the way, but I was going towards the mountain again, up a rather unforgiving hill, up to the kind of church district. There's lots of churches around here from different denominations. I think that's a Catholic one, I'm not sure. There's a big Buddhist temple, which unfortunately you are not allowed to go inside. I just peeked in from the side. Big Catholic church there as well. Very nice, you can wander inside if you want. There's an Episcopal church as well. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I like saying the word Episcopal. And there's even a Russian Orthodox church as well. Very nice and gold inside. Well decorated as always. There's a lot of Russian influence because it's so close to Russia, of course, Hokkaido. It's a nice little wander around as well. You can walk around and get the Japan's second best melon pan ice cream in the world. It's a bit of a weird thing to brag about. And you can see the former town hall as well, reconstructed now. I don't know if those are the original colours, a bit of an unusual colour scheme. Very nice though. You can have a little wander around there. It's a bit of historical Hokkaido culture. Nice for Instagram, I guess. And there's a nice view of the bay as well from the top of the balcony. So yeah, definitely did that. And if you need some room for your balls, then there's a nice ballroom here. Definitely check that out. Also, the Emperor's quarters are here. You can see where the Emperor used to stay. Very luxurious and kind of turn of the century, or turn of the last century, I suppose. I guess they took the mattress with them. Don't know, what do they want to do with that? I'm sure they can buy their own mattresses. But yeah, so you can check out all the Emperor's living quarters. You can even check out the toilet too. The Emperor's toilet, Emperor's urinal. There we go. Lovely. The Emperor's fire extinguisher. Oh no, I think that's just a regular one, never mind. And you can also have a look around the banquet hall as well. There's some nice expensive coffee you can get as well. I got some Trappist biscuits as well, which are apparently famous in the area. Now, what was this star shape? You'll see this around Hakodate quite a lot. So that will give you a hint for our next place, but I had to take a tram to get there. So here we go, sponsored by Carl Raymond. I don't know what that's about. Very kind of rickety tram actually, but very convenient and takes you through a lot of the sightseeing spots. I was going to this rather scary looking tower at the top. Now, why would you need an observation tower that high up in such a small place like this? Well, lots of people wanted to do it, so I wonder what they were looking at. What did I take a long picture of this for? I don't know, but this is Goryokaku. This is the star-shaped fort of Hakodate. As you can see, big star shape as well. A nice forest around it, a nice tree-lined park with the former magistrate's house in the middle of it. This was a big protected area. There's no castle in the middle of it. It was just a protected area for the law keepers of Hakodate in the past. And you can get another nice view of, well, it's not a particularly nice view to be honest, but there we go. And as is customary, there's the glass floor. You can see where your doom would be if you fell through. And I tried some gelato. They've got corn flavour and some kind of mystery berry. A little bit weird together, but they were quite nice. It's already dripping on my hand. After that, I decided to walk around the Goryokaku Park and check out the old magistrate's house. This has been reconstructed a few times. The current reconstruction is quite new. So actually inside, didn't really feel a lot of history because it's such a new place. But beautiful as well, though. You can see a nice beautiful kind of Japanese construction, architecture, including these rather strange like prototype amiibos who can get some information about the history of this place. And if you want to know how to make a joint, not that kind of joint, then you can make one of these kind of special Japanese joints that don't use nails at all. They just use wood. That's kind of interesting. So the park's quite nice as well. You can just have a wander around there if it's nice weather. You can even take a boat on the moat. You can even force your girlfriend to row by the looks of it. And on the way back to the town, is that another Lucky Piero? There were so many of these around everywhere, but I resisted. I wanted to eat something else for my last dinner in Hakodate, which was called Genghis Khan. This is named after Genghis Khan, the Mongolian leader, because of the kind of Mongolian warrior helmet shape of this grill. It's lamb, a kind of lamb barbecue that you have to cook yourself. Cooks very quickly as well, very delicious. I love this so much. Some grilled vegetables in there as well. So you can get some of that and dip it in the sauce. Lovely. Definitely check out Genghis Khan if you go to Hakodate or anywhere in Hokkaido. So that was it. That was my last full day in Hakodate. So on top of my hotel, there was a nice kind of roof garden. So I'll make a rather nice panorama swirling around. And in the morning, before I got my plane, I decided to walk to the morning market, which is another famous area in Hakodate. Mostly for selling seafood in the morning. I don't know if it's open later actually, but this was around 11 o'clock. I think it was not too bad. So yeah, you can buy, if you don't have crabs, you can get some here, all shapes and sizes. And of course you can check out all the food in these little mini food court as well. Very fresh, if you're into fresh seafood. And there's also a kind of outdoor market as well. You can see like a shopping street. You can buy fish of all sorts of descriptions. You've got crab, you've got what's that, all that in there. You've got some nice juicy melons if you're into that. The stinkiest pick and mix you'll ever have. And well, speaking of crabs as far as the eye can see, some big ones as well. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head, some bigger. These enormous, horrifying ones. I think these are king crabs as well, so she was explaining about those. Horrifying. Don't know why everyone thought to eat these, but never mind. If that's a bit too real for you, then you can go to more of a sit-down restaurant. There's a little restaurant area there too. This one specialising in sea urchin, or uni as they call it over there. Get a little uni rice box, I guess. And after that, I decided I had to buy some souvenirs. Lots of souvenirs in Hokkaido. Get some kind of bags for life there, eco bags. And I can't talk about souvenirs without mentioning Shiroi Koibito, white lover, which is famous kind of langue de chat snack, white chocolate. And there we go, back to Hakodate, on my way back to the airport. The airport's not much to say about that, really. There's, well, not much to it. It's just two terminals. There's the JAL and the ANA area. Of course, lots of souvenirs you can buy. A lot of souvenirs you can buy, definitely. I picked up a few last little gifts here, including some insane fridge magnets with some terrifying squid bear, squid corn hybrids. There we go. Goodbye Hakodate Airport. Flying back to Osaka from there. So that was my trip. It's very, very nice. Definitely check out Hokkaido. Especially in the summer. It's popular to go there in the summer to escape the hot temperatures. Unfortunately, it was still over 30 when I went there, but hopefully you have better luck than me. Flying back, we got nice views of the kind of the west coast, which included Akita City. Like I said, home to one of the other big festivals of Tohoku, which is the Kanto Matsuri. And finally, Nara Prefecture, I think that was it. Looking a lot more urbanised than I thought. Very sort of green and speckly. Lovely view from the top there. And I was really excited to get a nice view of Osaka on the way back in, because this is Osaka Channel. Unfortunately, the bright sunshine made a big reflection, and it was a bit turbulent on the way in as well, so it was hard to keep steady. But there we go, Osaka Castle Park. Nice aerial view there, nice-ish. There we go, I can see my house from there, literally. It's a beautiful view of that park. As we pass over there, we can see Kyobashi turning into Nakanoshima. So you can see that in some of my other Best of Osaka videos. This is where the kind of red brick city hall is. Wish I'd worn a dark shirt now, never mind. And that goes over into Umeda as well. You can see I have a nice view of downtown Osaka. I think that's Yodobashi Camera down there. That's JR Station on the bottom of the middle. That big kind of canopy. And there's also the Sky Building as well. That's at the bottom of the middle now as well. So you can have a nice view of Osaka. And finally the Yodo River. Beautiful view, really. I love Osaka. Nice view on the way over. I hope I get to see that again one day and take a nice video clip of it. But there we go. That's the end of my trip. I'm flying back into Itami Airport. Another hour it took that. So there we go. Back to Itami Airport. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know where you want me to go next. And like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Bye.